welcome back to the commute. I like this one, this angle better because the other angle is like too far low.
Yes, and
this
I
one,
told you I like this
yeah,
one better.
this
But this one
angle's
makes
way too
noise.
close too. Anyway, welcome back to the commute.
I'm Shannon.
I'm Andrew.
And let's just start with what we did this morning.
The
workout. We went to Orange Theory, and we did this workout. It's called Catch Me If You Can on the treadmill. It's 22 minutes, and like there's mile markers, so you have to like run, or time markers. So you run, and then as long as you hit the goal, so I think the first one was what, 0.2 miles,
Yeah.
and like
0.2 in 3 minutes, right?
I don't know, something.
Yeah.
Something like that. But it was easy. And then you basically get to run then again if you make it. Like, so anyways, we did that.
It was every 2 minutes. It was 0.2.
0.4 minutes. I think it was 4 minutes. And then
2.2. And then it was 0.3 for 2 minutes. And that's where you got caught.
I didn't get caught until number 6.
I know, but it was when it was went up. You had to go 0.3 of a mile. And then it went to 0.2 of a mile every minute. That's a tough one.
It was. You have to be far ahead.
Yeah.
Because like I was ahead for a while, and then but I only made it. I was 1.59, and the marker was 1.6. So I was 0.01 from being on for another 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But I would have gotten taken out.
I actually like the running better than the rower.
Yeah, that's why I got back on it for the all out, and you stayed on the rower.
The rower kills me. Those are terrible.
So
I don't like the rower.
So that was our morning. It was great. It was great. And then
I think if I could get a good poll though.
And then I don't know if that messes up recording because that was someone calling, but I forgot to put it on airplane mode.
It's still recording 2:10.
It's also moving. It's gonna fall. The phone is gonna fall off this thing. And Andrew decided he's having a good eye day.
I thought so.
Yeah, good eye day.
Good eye day.
Light blue, it looks like.
Yeah. It's sunny out. Usually it's a good eye day when it's sunny out.
Okay. Yeah. There we have it. So yeah, today what's on our agenda?
We are going to talk about what we look for when we're trying to find an investment property to buy and flip.
Okay.
So basic criteria. The first one is learned is 1970s or newer.
Get rid of lead-based paint if possible. Yeah. So 1978.
Yeah, or newer, ideally.
Yeah.
Some of the 60s and 70 homes are built pretty well.
Yes. Yeah. So that's another thing structurally that they're really sound.
Right.
So that's one thing that we look at. But when we're looking at the numbers.
Yeah, numbers is anything we buy, our future sale price, ARV after repair value, we want to make 10% of our projected ARV. So if we are projecting, hey, we can sell this property after we flip it for $400,000, we want our net profit to be $40,000. That's what we're calculating. And so to get those numbers, and that's basically where we start. So like our end goal is we want to make 10% off of our future sale price. And that's how we build our offer price and
negotiate repairs
and stuff like that.
Yeah. And so an example, 400,000, we want to make 40,000.
Right.
If we're selling it for 400,000. So let's break down the numbers, and I guess Winfield used that. So we bought a property for 250.
250,000.
And all we knew at that time was what the sales price could be if we rehabbed it. Right. So we running just numbers for the area. So we knew that we could list it for about 400,000. And so knowing that we can list a property for 400, we knew that our offer needed to be in the 200 range after we saw the repairs were going to cost about 50,000. But then we ended up purchasing it for 250, and we're trying to keep the repairs under 50,000.
Yeah.
Which I don't think we will, but we have enough of a cushion in it because it's after holding cost, loan cost, because we did a hard money loan on that one. taxes, insurance, your termite letters, commissions. Even though we're real estate agents and we get paid a commission, we still have to calculate that as a cost, because if we weren't, and maybe we get out of real estate, we still want to flip, it would be wise to have those fees built in, which is stuff you don't see on HGTV, which I think we've talked about before. That really frustrates me that they don't give you the all-in price. We also, if we do any work on it, we pay ourselves. So, because it's a cost, and we want to know the true numbers of what it costs to rehab, what it costs to hold, and sometimes that stuff, it gets expensive.
Yeah. So like for Winfield, our monthly hard money payment is $2,300. And we're projecting 6 months out as, a total project, hopefully from when we bought it to when we can sell it, 6 months. So right there, that's $13,800. So our holding cost just from loan is $13,800.
Right.
Then you got utilities and insurance. And so like our holding cost for Winfield is something like $16,500, I think we're projecting.
16,000.
Yeah, 16,500. And it's like, that's a pretty good chunk of change when you're considering, you're only trying to make 40 grand. And I think that's where the most of the hidden costs are that you don't see and think about.
Right.
And real estate commission. Because we also do a thing where anybody at our brokerage, if they bring us the reason why we calculate that is if someone at our brokerage brings us a property, hey, I think this will be a good opportunity for you, and we buy it, we let that real estate agent list it. So, and they make the commission that's charged. So like, it's not always a profit for us to be on the real estate commission side of it.
Yes, that's true too.
So that's why it's a cost. And it is a cost. I mean, there's a cost associated with doing the real estate in general. So you want to put it in the park? Yeah, and I think that there is, so when you're looking at that 450, not 450. So if we're projecting to sell it for 400, and making 40 grand, those numbers are getting pretty tight with having to pay $245 for it.
Yeah, $245. That's what we paid, not $250. So so we have, and I also think that we're going to be over the 50 grand.
Maybe.
We will be
close to it.
We'll be. How much were we over on Shady Dale? Almost 10,000.
More like.
What's that percentage?
We thought it was like 70, and we were like 20 over.
No, I asked you that earlier. You said whatever you are over is what we were over, and you're over 9,000.
Oh, well, what we had budgeted.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were over 10,000. It was 5%.
Right.
Yeah, this one we have 50 budgeted, so even 5%, that was only $2,500.
We'll be way more than that. Because we also budgeted really high on Shady Dale.
Yeah, but it was also a lot bigger project.
Yes. So, anyways, when you're looking at prices, you need to take into account the things that most people don't show you, which are the closing costs, the holding cost, the closing cost to sell the property, which includes commission, and then, of course, the rehab. And how much do we truly recommend that they hold for a buffer on repairs? 20%.
Yeah, 20%. You mean for rehab?
Rehab.
Yeah, 20%. So if our projected is 50,000, like our quote for it was 42. That's why we said 50,000, because it was 20%
but the
over.
The quote doesn't have certain things in it, though.
Yeah.
So there's certain things like our guy, I forget what it was that he didn't quote.
Well, the roll-offs.
Yeah, he didn't have the roll-offs on there.
Installing the lights.
Yeah, he didn't have the lights.
Yeah.
The fixtures themselves.
Yep.
There was some stuff that he's like, you can buy.
Yeah, that's all relatively low, but we need to do a better job of building our budget.
What's it called? The SOW?
That's for your work. Scope of work.
Scope of work, which is what you turn into your hard money lenders.
Yeah.
And they want to see that, and that's how they kind of anticipate and expect your draws to be. Mm-hmm. And then you've got to take into account the cost on using your draws, because the draws cost how much?
$300 a pop.
$300 every time we need money. We spend $300. So that means you have to be careful with how much you're taking out and at what time. Like, it's not wise to do a short little $5,000 draw, because it's not going to be enough.
Right.
So you might as well really have a good 20% of the project, at least 10%, cash on
20
hand,
probably.
so you can start the repairs and then just replenish the cash on
Yep.
hand. So we learned a lot.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
Yeah, because this was our first one we did hard money, and it's I think we projected too low on how much money we need from investors, like from ourselves and our other investors. Like, I think if this next one closes, I think
we need to take
our down payment is 38, and we're keeping 24, I think, in the bank from investors.
Yeah,
22.
That's better.
Which is way better.
Yeah,
because we'll basically then have enough for the payments and the first 10 to 15,000 in for every draw.
Right.
So I think that one is going to be.
Yeah, because the last one we just did the down payment.
Yeah, and like 8,000 and 8,000.
Yeah.
We just weren't really thinking through it.
Yeah. We've had a lot of deals they've been flying at us, so we have.
We got another one. That one's gonna be easy. 130.
Yeah.
That one's gonna be a nice one.
So we have Shady Dale still.
But we're finally about to go under contract with it.
For those of you that are not watching and listening, that was a fist bump and fingers crossed.
Yeah, we're about to go under contract with that one. Winfield's moving along. We're about to put flooring in, and then we're about to buy 2 others. Oh, and then we have the lake house.
Yeah, and then
we're waiting to hear.
We actually bought Southland's third. So we bought Southland third, but we can't
that's where all our cash is.
Right. So we can't really work. Well, it's all the cash is in Shady Dale.
And 2 12s in Southland. Golly. We have almost $500,000 in cash out right now. 450. Not like just in those 2 projects. That sucks.
That just really stressed me out.
Yeah.
Hearing the whole number is very stressful.
Not great.
That's not great at all. But we have some great properties.
Once they sell, they'll be good. Yeah, I agree.
So we have Shady Dale, which our buyers backed out on. We could probably do an entire episode on that. But, maybe we just cover it now because we're going over numbers anyways.
Yeah.
So we had bought a house for them specifically, the buyers, that we had someone look at it. They quoted us. So we said, hey, we have an investor. They will do this. We have a GC. We'll do it. We kept it very much like this house is not, it was built in 1901.
Yeah.
It is not going to be perfect. It was built in 1901. However, structurally sound, plumbing, electrical, all that will be covered. It will be taken care of, and it's going to look amazing. And it does.
Yeah. For a 1901 house.
Unfortunately, we made some mistakes and allowed trying to get them in by Christmas. We rushed things. We let them get an inspection when things weren't completed. Yeah. And then they got scared, and rightfully so. It's fine. So, but in their contract, anytime we do this kind of stuff for folks, they have to sign a contract and put down a non-refundable deposit. Their non-refundable deposit was only $3,500 or $3,000.
$3,000.
It was only $3,000, and I personally put up 50, 75. We put 75 on that, and thought we were doing something great for someone, and didn't meet their needs. And instead of just working through it and us figuring it out, they wanted to terminate. Well, that money, that $3,000, is non-refundable. Period. At the end, for any and all reasons, which is stated in the contract. So now they're also upset. And again, like, it does suck, but you can only do so much for people. And we did the best we could with what we had, and they wanted this house. So now we're stuck with this property
within their budget too.
Within their budget,
right? Like if their budget
$285,000
with given $10,000 in closing costs.
$10,000 in closing costs.
So like that also limits. Hey, we can only put in $80,000 to $100,000 into this property. Right. So like that's another point. Like if we had $150,000 to spend, then it probably does turn out a lot different. Right. But so like that all needs to be considered with that whole story. But
so we did learn, and though it's worked for me in the past, I've actually done this for 2 other people, and it worked, and it was great. So we learned from that. We're also out money. We're stuck with a property, which we even went a rental route. So we put it on the market for rent and for sale, and now we do have an offer that we are trying to work out. Even while we're sitting here, we're trying to get that fixed and worked out. So then
I think we'll get it under contract.
Hopefully it'll be under contract today. Yeah. And closing in 6 months because it's with a lease purchase, so it's like a rent to own kind of thing. Yep. So they'll live in it for 6 months and close. And actually, yeah, I guess that's about 6 months, 7 months. Either way, closing in August, but also making some income from the rent. And then, so we were talking about the property. So that was the first one. That's the story. That's where we're at. We're out of pocket $230,000, $235,000. That's cash, nothing else. Yeah, that sucks. Is that 3,000 figured in that number? We probably need to make sure. Okay, so that's that. Then we bought
3,000. Probably what is just got put in the account. So
we need to I'm gonna reject that. That was on his phone. I just rejected it. Whoops. So then on the second house we did purchase was Southland.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so we purchased Southland second, but it is a lake property and it has a pool that is encroaching on the secondary lot, which was purchased, and now we're having trouble getting a hard money loan on that because they want to know that the easement and that we have that we're allowed to have the encroachment basically. So we're stuck with that. We're cash out of pocket on that one as well because you can't get a loan. We couldn't get a loan on it.
Which we're now though. It's just a whole big thing. So we might be able to get a refi on it, but we're waiting on the underwriter for the title insurance to see.
Right, because of the encroachment.
Right, but because there was with the deed, they had something with the deed that said they are not allowed to do. The current seller is not allowed to do work on the pool.
Current owner.
The current owner, if the pool gets removed, he's not allowed to replace it, basically.
Right.
So the problem is it doesn't state whether it runs with the land or not.
If it's in perpetuity with the owners.
If it conveys.
Right.
So that's the only issue.
If it conveys. So we're trying to figure out if we can keep the pool or if we're going to have to take the pool down.
Yep.
Is really the bottom line. So that's worst case is we take the pool out. But great property. So we purchased that for $215,000. We should be able to put about $200,000 to $250,000 in it.
Our quote's $180,000. We're projecting $250,000, which is smart.
Right.
$250,000 is, I think, we can do it for $250,000.
Yeah.
Hopefully under in all reality, but $250,000 I think is a good number.
Yep. And again, lake property, gorgeous, boat, dock,
deeded lot.
Yeah, everything. It's
yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it's great, and that will sell for between $8
and $850. Maybe $9.
Maybe $9 if the market continues to go up. Yep. So that was the second one, but we haven't started work on it because of those issues. Third house is Winfield, and we bought that one for, that's the one we were just talking about, $245,000. We didn't want to spend that much, but because of some credit card debt and stuff that got tied to the
liens on the property,
we then had to increase if we really wanted it. We saw a ton of value.
Yep.
We hopefully won't spend more than $50,000 to $60,000 on the rehab, and we should be able to sell that one for $400,000 to $450,000, but probably $400,000.
Yeah.
It's a great area for our market. It's the Ola area, and it's on a full, partially finished basement. Standard 3-2, nice formal dining room, great room, deck, out back, beautiful home, cul-de-sac. So that one, we have started the work on that one. We did it with a hard money loan, which is the first time we've done one of those. And yeah, so we'll hopefully make 70.
Yeah, that one's gonna be 65 to 70.
So hopefully that comes
plus
to
commission.
fruition. Yeah.
Then we have another one.
Wait, and that one should be how long? The project total. We started.
Well, we didn't start. So that one was interesting, but we didn't technically start till January 1st.
We bought it December 1st of December,
and we started January 1st.
We let them live there until January 1.
Yeah, and then we so it should only take honestly end of February. It should be done.
Yeah.
So it should only be a 2-month rehab.
And then maybe a month and a half on the market, plus the month we let them live there. So total project less than 6 months.
Yeah.
Probably closer to 4. So that's really, really nice, especially with the other 2 projects that we have that we're cash out of. All cash in on. So, and then we are closing this week or next week.
Hopefully Friday, right?
This week on another property in, I don't know this one.
Stone Mountain.
Stone Mountain. I know nothing about it. You saw it.
Yeah, it is a it's a 2,800 square foot house with a full finished basement, so 4,200 square feet of rehab
What
needing
city?
property. It's in Stone Mountain.
Stone Mountain.
Comps on it are like 450 to 475.
Okay.
We are under contract for 215, and getting 5,000 in closing costs.
Okay.
So our out of pocket on that one's not too bad. It's only 38,000. And
how much on the rehab?
I think rehab we're projecting 80,000 just because it's such a big house.
Okay.
Which that's high.
Okay.
But it's a big house, so we're projecting 80,000.
And we're letting her live in it.
We're letting her live in it until the end of February. And so like that one with rehab, rehab holding costs and utilities and all that, it looks like it's like 310-ish should be.
Okay.
And then real estate commissions off the 425 with 6%, so that's another 25,000. So we should profit off that one like 80 to 90,000. That one's a good one.
But that one might be a little harder to sell because of the sales price and location.
Yeah.
So that one will have to.
It'll sit on the market for a little bit.
Yeah, that one will be a tougher one.
Maybe there was one that's very similar to it that sold for 450. That's only on the market for 7 days, at the end of 2023. So like that's the other thing is you pay attention to days on market of fully rehabbed houses.
Yep.
In that area to kind of project timeline.
So that's property number 4. That's Breeze, and then we have another one.
Yeah, we have one. It's on Ellistown Road. It's in Jackson Henry County. We're going under contract with it today.
For 130.
130,000. Comps 250 is the low side, so we're projecting 250 sales price. Rehab, it's only a 1,300 square foot home, so rehab should be 40 grand, say 40. So that one is going to be easy profit, easy 35, 40,000.
And when are we going to close on that one?
That one we're probably not closing until end of March.
Oh, okay.
So that's good.
Yeah, nice. Maybe we can get some money by then.
Yeah. So that's a good one. So
the next podcast is going to be broke commuters.
Yeah, it's going to be how are we going to pay for gas this week?
He's supposed to be getting a Tesla.
I got to wait for the Model 3 Performance come out.
Huh.
I wouldn't have to worry about oil filters if I freaking had a Tesla.
Oh gosh. So we're in Big Sue's car right now because why?
I tried to change my own oil. I thought it was like, hey, it's gonna be easy. Put it up there, just change the oil real quick. And I couldn't get my oil filter off. Watch a YouTube video, they're like, hey, just hammer a screwdriver in there and turn it. Okay. Well, I hammered a screwdriver in there and turned it, and then it started breaking. And then I hammered it in again on a different place, started breaking. So then, like, the whole thing breaks off.
You want to know the best part about this conversation?
What?
Right now, I see your mom's car says
Yeah,
oil change required.
I ain't messing with it.
You better not touch it.
Oh, I'm messing with it. So, I don't have any more stilts, so I couldn't change it if I wanted to.
Is your arm that big?
Yeah, man. I have to get that extended strap.
Huh.
No, it's not that big. I loosened it to take it off.
Oh,
it's usually
you don't just like stick your finger in it and then just pull it down?
No.
Huh.
It's usually about right.
I don't do all that.
Right there, it's about that size.
Yeah, okay, that's
a little stretchy too, so.
I hope yours is a little bigger than that, because that fits me almost.
No, because it's down to here.
Huh. All right.
Yeah, that's all our projects.
So 5 projects all at once.
Yeah.
Which is a lot, but we do have an amazing contractor we're working with right now. And the first one, the guy that helped us on the railroad house, we just learned a lot. I won't say he's not good, just
he did a lot of things well. It's just
different things.
Yeah.
We just got to keep the good people doing what they do well.
Yeah.
And he's a good person, and he does a lot really well. Just 1901 flip. That's a big project for anyone.
Yeah, and I think just managing
expectations.
Yeah, was he wasn't very good on, and managing people, honestly.
Yeah,
like, I think any work he did was really good.
Yeah,
and like when he was there, it was good. But I think the problem was kind of just it was a cluster.
And I would say even for us, we've learned a lot about managing expectations, and I don't know. Overall,
we'll make money. Yeah, we'll make money. It's just it is definitely a learning process.
Yep. And one thing that we should try to do for you guys is maybe we can get Jordan to upload like some documents so you guys can actually see the numbers. And if you like to go to our YouTube channel, you can kind of look at those breakdowns. And then as we sell them, we'll update it. Like maybe do something like that. So yeah, thanks for following us and checking us out here on the commute. And yeah, this has been fun and stressful.
Yeah, it's been stressful for sure.
I wanna come up with an out. Like, we out. Like, you need to come up with something to end.
Do I?
It's like ending the phone calls. Weren't we talking about
See
that?
ya. That's what I say. All right, see ya. What do you say? Goodbye?
I don't know. I think it was Mark saying sometimes when you're on the phone with people, they always end like they don't know how to end a phone call.
I struggle with ending Zooms.
Really?
Like, even like when I do the Zillow Zoom meetings, I'm like, all right, guys, see ya. That's all I say.
Yeah, I don't know. We need an out. This is the end. We're ending this episode.
Yeah.
Bye. Have a great day.
See ya.